Hello everyone, welcome back to Nigerian View. So guys, I am sure you guys have already seen the title of this video. So we are going to be talking about a young man who was brought down by his own confraternity member in Delta State 2 days ago. So in this video, I am going to tell you guys who this young man is, the confraternity he belonged to, the reason and how he was brought down. So for those that have been on this platform for quite some time, I am sure you guys know I really don't speak much about internal confraternity clashes. The reason is because I believe that when there is an internal confraternity clash, it is easier for confraternities to settle it without it turning deadly. And the only reason I am making this video today is because I believe that there is something that people can learn from this situation, no matter the confraternity you belong to, or even if you don't belong to any confraternity. There is something I think that people can learn from this, because what happened in this situation can happen in any confraternity, and it can even happen in business places. So the main point of the story is what people can learn from the situation. So with that out of the way, let's dive into the video. So the young man that you are currently seeing on your screen is by the name of Ogo, but he is popularly known as Obele. Now the reason he is called Obele is because of his small stature, because Obele translated to English language means smally. So this is the reason the young man adopted the name Obele. Now this young man is said to be a member of Vikings, not just an ordinary member of Vikings. He was the leader of Vikings in the place where he practiced, and his tenure has finished. So there is a new leader of Vikings. This young man is originally from a community in Delta State called Onishaukpe, right there in Ubulu-Uku, Delta State. This town is said to be very close to Ogoashuku, according to how it was described. But where the problem started is that this young man desired to become the leader of Vikings in that particular place again. He wants to be the number one man for the second time. And the big problem right there is that that particular place where he wants to become the number one man again has already have another leader, and this new leader is said to be a very stubborn young man. So this young man went ahead and declared himself the new leader of Vikings for the second time. He just declared that from today on, he is now the leader of Vikings. And the other young man became very angry. He became pissed, and they started looking for each other. So the day that this young man was brought down, the day that the very incident happened, was 2 days ago, right there in Ubulu-Uku. This young man was said to have been in a beer parlor, relaxing, when the other young man got an update that this young man was relaxing in a beer parlor. So the other young man and some of his entourage decided to visit this man in the place where he was relaxing, in the beer parlor. So they went to the beer parlor, found him there, and they started talking. And before you knew what was happening, there was an argument, and from an argument, they started dragging. So this whole thing happened in a public place. According to how it was explained, this young man was having a tool on him, and the other young man that came with his entourage also have a tool on him. So while they were dragging, the other young man pulled the trigger and fired at this young man. Boom, boom, boom. And before you knew what was happening, this young man fell on the ground. Now, one of the most surprising things about the videos that went viral is that when this young man was on the ground in the beer parlor, he was bleeding out, and people were just looking at him. Some people were making videos, but it seemed like other people were shocked at the situation, until some elderly men came and they tried to put him on a bike to take him to the hospital, but they were already late. The young man already went down. Now, according to words on the street, that other young man did not mean to bring him down. So it is explained that the other young man pulled the trigger believing that this young man have automobile, because people were saying that if you want to plan a coup to remove the person who is a leader of anything, of a confraternity, or even if it is a business transaction, someone should have automobile for things like that. Now, it is said that the other young man believed that this young man had automobile, and it is also said that the other young man aimed below the belt, so basically he fired at his leg according to words on the street. But things went left and this young man was brought down. Now it is very surprising that upon everything that Nigerians are going through, there is still a lot of confraternity violence in different nook and crannies of this country, and sometimes it is shocking. So I just hope that youths in this country, they are able to come together and put away the violence, or even if it can't be put away fully, if the youth can just reduce the violence, this can help. Anyway, you are watching Nigerian View.